Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. We are back with some Football Manager content finally. I know it's been absolutely ages and we are kicking straight back into a bottom at Christmas challenge here on the channel. So if you are excited, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. But let's get straight into it. I don't want to keep you guys waiting much longer. As you can tell by the thumbnail, we are going to be taking over Bournemouth. So this is the situation currently in the Premier League, where we are sitting bottom on 9 points. Aston Villa are on 10 points and Crystal Palace are there on 12 points. So realistically, we're 4 points clear, or 4 points away from safety. We're not clear. But with 2 wins, 3 draws, we're not in the worst spot. What we're going to do is quickly take a deep dive into the Bournemouth team. And what we'll do is, this is the situation at the moment. Obviously, finances aren't fantastic. Reputation isn't great. The facilities are good. The youth facilities are okay, but the recruitment's bad. The long-term plan for us is to turn Bournemouth into a European powerhouse, and that's what we're going to do. So stay with me as we're going to go take over Bournemouth right now and see what the situation is. Here is the team, guys, and the tactic. We are taking a bit of a different approach with Bournemouth here, playing a bit of a Pep-inspired 4-3-3. I know when you're sitting rock bottom of the Premier League, this probably isn't the shape that is most conventional, but it actually is a system that I'm using on a save offline currently that is working quite well. Then I looked at the team that we've got here at Bournemouth, and the players actually suit this system with, some level of compatibility. So we've got Neto here as a very, very solid goalkeeper to play sweeper keeper for us. We've got Smith, who's a very experienced right back here to play the inverted wing back on attack. Now, I know his long shots and his flares a little bit low, but he has the work rate, he's got the stamina, he's got the pace, he's got the ability to pass the ball, and he's actually not too bad of a player. Everyone knows, if you've played FM, you know about Chris Meffam. Very, very solid centre back here for us. I'm expecting him to really take a lead role in this team. To go with his partner in Senesi as well, who, again, very, very solid, will do the job. He's a bit slower, which is why I've got him a bit further up the pitch, but he's very good on the ball, can pass, can head the ball away, can tackle, he's got great technique, he'll be fine. Left back's probably an area that I'd like to improve, so we've got the inverted wing back here. I mean, look, Lloyd's okay. He's 24-year-old, he's not going to get a whole lot better. Serviceable, but should be able to get us out of an issue. This is where I think we're going to be good. This is where I'm very confident in this team. Jefferson Lerma, very, very good midfielder, very solid, ball-winning midfielder to a T. He can tackle, has great stamina, has good mentals as well. I'm very excited to use him. Same with Philip Billing. I've used him in a few different saves as a centre mid on support. Absolutely brilliant. Very, very well-rounded. I've never had him at this point of his career, though. I've always had him when he's been a bit older, so I'm very excited to see how we can manage him moving forward. Then we've also got Tavernier. I'm not sold on who the Mazzala is going to be just yet. I think Marcus Tavernier looks more of the Mazzala in this role than as the inside forward on support. So I think he's a bit more creative than goal scoring. So I think he's going to suit this Mazzala role really well. Ryan Christie, again, everyone knows him. Pace, pace, pace. Just get out wide, cut inside. 12 finishing, 13 long shots. Great flair, great off the balls, great anticipation. So I think he's going to suit that role really, really well. Then we've got Traore here on the other side as more of the inside forward on attack. So he can dribble a bit more. So again, he's got the 15 dribbling. He's got great technique. He's got great finishing. He will be joining us. So he's on loan and he's going to join us permanently. He's only 22 years old. He's got great potential. So I want to use him as much as possible. Dom Solanke will be the perfect advanced forward in this system for us. Great work rate, great finishing, good pace, good strength. Does it all. Unfortunately, he's injured, but not for too long, 1 to 4 days. But as you can see up here, we are taking on Manchester United, which means he's not going to play in that game. Who's going to play? It's going to be Brooks. Again, we don't have great depth up front now. Again, he's left-footed. He could easily play this inside forward on support role as well, and he probably will actually play a lot of time in that role. I don't think he's really the Mazzala form. Oh, he could be a Mazzala too. So we could have a chat about Brooks. Let me know below where you think Brooksy should play. But he is going to start this game against Manchester United as the number 9 through the middle because he's got 15 work rate, great dribbling, finishing, first touch, good passing, good technique, good pace. Again, he's a well-rounded player. He's 25 years old. He's serviceable. He's not ideal situation, but it is what it is. Now, we've got this Matthias Wiener here. Him and Kelly are going to rotate in that inverted wing back on the left role. He's going to be fine. Then we've got Ilya Zabrani, who has stood out to me as a Ukrainian centre back who will play in this system 100%. He's a bit uncertain about his minutes at the moment, but we're going to use him definitely as part of that rotation. Semenyo, again, good winger option here. I'm not sure what foot is he. He's right-footed, so he'll play on this side as the Traore replacement. Again, will be fine. Then we've also got Jack Stacey, solid right back. Nothing to really rave home about. Good pace. Again, he'll be able to slot in because of his dribbling as well. Not on automatic, sorry. He would be on attack on that right-hand side. And again, very well-rounded. I'm confident that we're going to stay up. What you guys are going to see from me, the rest of the squad, there's not a whole lot here. I'm very excited to get Jamal Lowe back from loan from QPR next season as well as an inside forward for us. But what you're going to see from us in this episode is us taking on Manchester United. Get excited because this is going to be a big game. Welcome back. Let's get straight into it. What a game we've got here to take on Manchester United at Old Trafford. I've let the AI pick the team a little bit. We're going to get Billing back in. They've gone with Zabrini straight into this centre defender cover role, and I actually really like him. I think I'm going to go with Zabrini in this role. He's got this, or he's training the stays back at all times. Look at that, 15 tackling, 13 marking, 13 heading, great physicals, 5-star potential. I think we just got to give him game time. They've gone with Vina at left back, which I'm fine with. They've also picked Kiefer Moore up front. And then when I looked at him as an advanced forward, I actually didn't mind what I saw. Bar the 8 agility, but he's 6'5". He's got good work rate. He's got good finishing. He's got great heading. I think he can do a job. And when you're playing Manchester United, you want to use your experienced players. One other person we forgot to look at, pardon me, is our boy Dango Utara. Very, very strong inside forward off the right. Again, I'm not going to start him against Manchester United, but very, very likely to get some minutes. So let's just make sure there's no one here that we don't want out of the squad. Let's send the team away. This is going to be a big, big game. Do you think we can stay up this season? Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Get in the comments. Let me know if you think we're going to stay up. Let's get through the press conference and let's get straight into the game. We're going to make sure we're playing on key highlights. Otherwise, this episode's going to go forever. And that looks like they're going to play Bruno Fernandes up front. So let's set this up quickly. Key highlights, match speed. And then we're going to go TV and away we go. Now, is that too slow? There we go. So, the goal for this series, guys, is for us to be able to obviously save Bournemouth this season. If we're unable to save Bournemouth, then we're going to struggle big time because we're probably going to get the sack if we don't stay in the Premier League. Once we stay up, hopefully, as Rashford goes through, what a save from Neto. If we stay up, the plan is to then at least try and compete for a Premier League title. Now, we know with Bournemouth, the reason I was actually quite happy it's Bournemouth is because everyone knows about the Vitality Stadium. It's not the biggest stadium in the Premier League. It's got a capacity of about 14,000. I would love to be able to build the stadium to a point where, you know, we can get some extensions into that. If we can play Europe, we can then build the club from that perspective. Then we can start getting, you know, up to a 25,000 seat stadium, then hopefully into a 30, into a 50, you know, and really turn Bournemouth into a powerhouse of the Premier League. That is my ambition with this save. I don't want to bounce around as we go 1-0 down there, which is a bit sloppy. That's the ambition of the save. That I want to build Bournemouth. I don't want to leave. I don't want it to turn into a journeyman. I want to be at Bournemouth. I want us to stay at Bournemouth. So hopefully you guys are keen to see if we can turn Bournemouth into one of the most competitive teams in England. What we found last year is Ryan Christie goes through. Is it going to drop in off the bar? Come on, Kiefer, you got to follow that up. As we saw last year with Derby, we managed to stay up, and then the hard part was breaking into that top four and then consistently staying in that top four. That's what we're going to have an opportunity to do here with Bournemouth. We're going to have to try and find some loans. We're going to have to try and strengthen the squad where we can in January. I don't think we're too far away. I think we're just, you know, some consistency and some good results and things will turn very, very quickly for us. So let's have a look at how this turns out. Billing finds Kiefer Moore. Do we get the runners off him? Smith looks for Christie. We've got numbers here in the middle. Billing just can't fire the ball out. But here we go. Can Philip Billing just find something in the box? He finds Kiefer Moore, and that's his first goal of the season. And that's what we're just talking about with Kiefer Moore. Big games. He's an experienced striker. He's been at all levels of the game. But that is fantastic from Kiefer Moore. We find him inside the box using that 15 heading. I'm very excited to see what we can do with our boy Dango, Solanke, Traore. I think that is going to be a real good front three for a very, very long time. I don't think we're going to need too much out of our attack. I think defensively, we've actually got some promise. And even in our midfield, I think if we can just get someone to sit in that Mazzala role that makes it their own, whether it's a kid, whether it's an experienced player, I'm not sure. And maybe at fullbacks, because in this system, our fullbacks are critical. So we might have to look at who our fullbacks are long term. But we definitely have the pieces of a very, very competitive Premier League team. Now, this isn't the team that's going to be ready to challenge for the Premier League. I'm well aware of that. But they shouldn't be bottom. And that's why I was actually kind of happy we got Bournemouth as well as part of the challenge. So let's see, Christie, can he find the right option? It's Rashford finding Anthony, looks for Sancho. Like, we just don't have the players to keep up sometimes with these Man United guys. But can we just figure out what we're going to do? 60th minute here. I think we're going to start looking. We've got 5 subs. We've got to remember that. So I'm going to give Dango a run here out on the right. Philip Billing, we're going to get Lewis Cook, who's the club vice captain, on. Smithy, we're going to get Jack Stacey on, and we're going to make those 3 moves just to start with. They're all composed, which I'm surprised about coming to Old Trafford. And if we could walk away here with a point, I think that would be a great start to our managerial reign. Can we get up? Good. Tavernier needs to compete harder. It's Sancho. He's just away, lads. And I think with a midfield of Billing, Lerma, and one more, the midfield's going to be very, very solid. With Zabani there at centre-back with Chris Meffam, again, that's a very solid 2. Neto will still give us some good coverage at goalkeeper for a little bit. If we can get, we probably got to put some finances into our youth development. If we can get a couple kids come through that we want to be able to use for the first team, that would be perfect scenario. Again, Premier League, we're going to have money, so we're going to have to try and either buy some kids or go that direction as well. As Bruno puts in a ball, can we deal with it? And it's wide from Luke Shaw. Now, next options for us here. Can we find anyone to come on? Lerma's struggling. I don't want to take Lerma off. We've got a centre-back. We've got Antonio, who's a very quick striker. We've got Jordan Zamora, who will bring on. And we don't have a whole lot left on the bench here. We've got Ryan Fredericks, who we're not going to use. We can bring Antoine Semenyo on for Kiefer Moore. Time to start running at Manchester United's defence. If we can find a ball over the top for Antonio to run onto, it'd be fantastic. Bruno, ball in. Martinez, Neto does well. Again, we've got 10 minutes to see out. I'm not going to tweak the tactic at all. We're going to stay attacking. We're going to chase the winner at Old Trafford. And we've punted that ball long up to Traore, the former Manchester United midfielder. And here we go. Stacey, can we find something? Get there, Dango. Good. Here we go. That's the pressure we want. It's Dango. And he finds a goal. Just like he did against Spurs in real life. And Dango off the bench. Look at the directness of his movement as well. Like Stacey, look at that. The 2 subs linking up. Luke Shaw needs to do better there. But it's Dango who drives through. No one goes near him. Off the post. In off the goal line. We are 2-1 up. We've had 8 shots. We've had 50% of the ball. We have absorbed a lot of pressure from Manchester United, though. But can we see this one out? I'd rather just not see a highlight here. What a way this would be to start our managerial career. Surely we're home. Are we home? I think we are. And we get 3 points in episode 1. Who would have thought? With Kiefer Moore and Dango Utara getting us a 2-1 result there. Outstretch those arms. Everyone thought we'd get beat. Everyone is pleased. There we go. That is the end of episode 1. If you've enjoyed that one, make sure you like the video. I was about to say like the comment, but make sure you get in the comments as well and let me know, number 1, what your prediction is for us moving forward. Number 2, can we win the Premier League? But you will see us very, very shortly for episode 2.